Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to another Children's Storybook Corner. This tale is about a princess who would never marry, and it comes from the Tall Book of Princesses, a treasury of classics that will last a lifetime. Included in the book are Cinderella, Rapunzel, and Sleeping Beauty. Those are just some of the classic fairy tales that you can enjoy in the Tall Book of Princesses. There's 11 beloved tales in all, and they're illustrated beautifully by Alexei and Olga Ivanov's richly detailed artwork, and it makes it a treasured addition to every child's bookshelf. And now on with the story of the princess who would never marry. Long ago in India, there lived a Raja's daughter who was beautiful and talented. She was out riding one day when she witnessed a terrible fire in the forest. In one tree, there was a family of birds. While the mother did everything to save her chicks, the father bird flew away. The princess rode back to the castle to fetch servants to fight the fire. Thinking about the birds, she became angry. How selfish and unreliable males are, she thought. I'm sure they are the same whether they are the birds or beasts or men. And with that, she made up her mind never to marry. This upset her parents very much. But why, they asked. The princess was silent. Soon, everyone in the land learned that she would never marry. Around this time, an artist paid a visit to the Raja's court. He painted a delicate portrait of the princess. When he finished, instead of giving it to her, he quietly took it with him and left the city. Said the princess, just like a man. The artist went to another city where he visited another Raja. He sold the painting of the princess to that Raja for a large sum of money. When the Raja's son saw the painting, he fell madly in love with the princess. No one knew who she was, and the lovesick prince was devastated. The prince's father sent messengers in search of the artist, but the artist had long since gone off to foreign lands, as artists tend to do. The princess's sister Nami could not stand to see her brother suffer, so she decided to find the princess. She snuck out of the castle dressed as a man, taking with her the portrait and a set of paints, for Nami was an artist too. She traveled the country for days showing villagers the picture, but no one recognized the girl in the painting. Finally, Nami met an old woman who said, "That's the princess who will not marry." This news dampened Nami's spirit. Still, she was willing to try. She sat outside the castle with her easel and brushes until she caught the attention of the Raja. He invited her inside. She showed him her art, and the Raja liked Nami's work so much that he asked her to paint murals on the walls of the princess's quarters. Nami's murals were lovely, and everyone admired them. One day she found herself alone with the princess's best friend. "Why is it that the princess won't marry?" "It's a secret and you can't tell anyone, but this is what happened." And so the friend told Nami about the fire and the birds. Now Nami knew what she had to do. On one of the princess's walls, she painted a picture that showed a family of antelope. In this picture, the antelope father was saving his young from a fire. Off to the side was a handsome prince that looked just like Nami's brother. When the princess saw this picture, she asked Nami, "Artist, what is the meaning of this painting?" "Oh, princess," replied Nami in a man's voice, "this picture shows something that really happened to the prince of my land. He was out hunting in the forest, and he saw this scene in a forest fire. From that day on, he thought only males were faithful and females were fearful. He has sworn never to marry." "How very strange," cried the princess. "You mean males can be true and females false?" "Now I see there are two sides to everything, and that it is up to each person to be wise and strong." "Oh, I'm glad to hear you say so, my princess," said the artist, with a twinkle in her eye. Nami wasted no time in finishing her work at the palace. She then left as mysteriously as she came. Her paintings were cherished by all, but especially by the princess, who had begun to fall in love with the prince in the picture. Nami rode home as fast as she could. She told her brother the good news. "The princess will see you," Nami shouted with glee. "I'm so happy. But Nami, why are you dressed like a boy?" The prince rode across the country and asked the princess to marry him. She accepted, and there was a gala wedding. No one knew Nami's secret, and she liked it that way. And that's the story of the princess who would never marry. always remember to see both sides of the story, because in every story, there's always two at least. Thanks for listening. This has been the Children's Storybook Corner. If you liked this reading and would like to hear more, please hit the like and subscribe button so that you can get notifications when new publications come out like this one. Thanks again for listening. Bye.